Good day everyone, welcome to VDAR e-learning, a learning system based on formalized teaching but with the help of electronics, resources known as e-learning. While teaching, you can be based in or out of our classrooms. The use of computers and the internet forms a major component of e-learning. So you can also be termed as a network-enabled transfer of skills and knowledge, and the delivery of education is made to a large number of recipients at the same or different times. So, welcome to a new concept. Now we're going to start with something called telephone etiquettes. Remember the telephone, important part of our life. Every day we use this to talk to people in different ways, in different times, and in different situations. So please make sure you use this instrument in a more professional way at your place of work. So starting off with telephone etiquettes. First, answering the phone. Remember to pick up the call in the first 3 rings. If not, it signals chaos at the place of work. It also says that you are not paying attention. First ring, second ring, third ring. Hello, thank you for calling. This should be the way you answer the call in the first 3 rings. Greet the caller. Say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whichever part of the day you receive the call. Always good manners shows your respect to the caller and also makes him to acknowledge that you are responsive to the call and you are taking up credibility in your hands. The third point, give your name. The courtesy calls for that. Serves to personalize the customer's experience as well as allowing the customer to hold you responsible or accountable for the level of service you are offering him. And going on, continuation with the same would be ask the customer if or how you can help him. Remember, the phone is the instrument between you and the customer. So offering help is just because when the customer calls you, he either has a query or he's giving you a suggestion or he's trying to find out information about something which is required. So asking to help tells the customer that you are there to serve his or her needs and to solve his or her problems. This also leaves the customer with a positive impression that you are serving him and giving him the right answer. Going to the 5th point, the greeting is the key. It sets the tone and style of the whole interaction that is going to happen between you and the customer. And going to the usage of tone, if you use a normal tone of voice when answering a call, it is always good. Remember, your mood plays an important role on the environment that you are. So if you have different thoughts, you have different things running in your mind, please do not play that when you come to your office or when you're at the place of work. Remember the telephone. When it rings, have a smile, greet the customer, throw your problems behind you. In case you have a tendency to speak loud or shout, avoid doing so on the telephone because it's not only you who are using that cubicle. It is your friends, your colleagues who are sitting next to you. Remember, your voice should not disturb them. Going inside the usage of language. Speak in a very normal way, which can be an effective manner. So speaking in a very normal way, what people understand with that. Normal, the sense how you are, how you will project yourself, not getting excited, not feeling too overwhelmed with what things are going to happen in front of you. Never use swearing words. Remember, that's a very wrong thing which you could ever do. Never use swearing words like, I don't know, I can't help, that's not my problem. No, try to keep those words to your friends, not to your customers, not to your clients, not to your colleagues. Words delivered should be clear and understood to the caller. Remember, whatever you speak, how you speak, and the right enunciation of words that comes out through your mouth into this mouthpiece. So remember to use your telephone right the way it should be. The earpiece by the ear, the mouthpiece by the mouth. If you're going to use this way, you're going to use it this way, or if you're going to be slanting, nothing is going to be heard. Your voice is going to be blurred, and the other person will not hear what is happening to you. So please make sure you deliver good and clear enunciation of words when you're using the handset. Tips for telephone etiquettes. Remember, if you have a pen and paper, as you listen to this presentation, please make sure that you write down the following tips and keep practicing it day in, day out. It will help you to become more professional and also will help you to grow in your career. First, before you can answer the phone, be prepared. What do you mean by saying being prepared? Being prepared is you should pay attention. Remember the first thing which we told you. Between 3 rings, you should pick the call up. Alright? So be prepared. Have your computer switched on. Remember, your phone can ring when your computer is locked. So that could cause chaos. You may not know who's calling you, why they're calling you. You could be in a very bad mood before you can pick the call up. Have your pens and pencils and notepads ready at all times. Why these 3 instruments along with telephone etiquettes? People could ask you. Remember, when you speak, it's good that you write. When you record your message, when you have points in your hand, it is only then when you can send it down as a mail and you can tell your customer that this is the conversation that we had and I'm sending you a mail in regards to the same. So remember, in answering the phone, answer calls promptly by the 2nd or 3rd ring. Smile as you pick up the call. So for an example, your phone is ringing, you don't have to have a sad face, a stern look on your face. It doesn't mean if you have a stern look, your voice is going to be different. So let's try it out for an example. The phone rings. Thank you for calling Virat. This is Gerald. How may I help you? Sorry, this is not the way the customer wants to hear your voice. So instead, when the phone rings, all you need to do is put on a small smile. Doesn't mean laughter. There's a difference between a smile and laughter. Laughter is making a loud noise. A smile is a small piece which moves a little muscle in your face and makes you more pleasant. So when you smile, the phone rings, for an example. Thank you for calling Veena. This is Gerald. How may I help you? Remember, this is very, very important. Use your telephone voice, controlling the volume of your speed. People will not understand when you speak too fast or when you speak too slow. Remember, you need to keep up with their pace of words that has been used. So we Indians have a tendency of speaking too fast. 120 words a minute. Oh my God, that's too fast. When you try to do that on the telephone, people will never understand a word that is coming out of your mouth. So remember, match their speed. Whichever person you speak to, whoever the native may be in the US, you match their speed. So if they speak too fast, you go the normal pace. They will understand that you are going and trying to keep up with their point of speech, and they will reduce their voice to your rate of speech. The second one, project a tone that is enthusiastic, neutral, attentive, and respectful. Remember the words we said first. Enthusiastic doesn't mean that you jump up your chair, off your seat, and make a big noise. It's not a birthday party. It's your office. And be neutral. Be neutral in the sense, do not use too many jargons on the phone. Jargons like technical words that people do not understand at more times. Be neutral in what you're trying to offer. Be neutral in trying to offer the kind of language that the other person will understand you. Attentiveness. Remember to pay attention to whatever has been spoken on the phone. It could be a conversational call. It could be a call where they are asking you queries. It could be a call where they are very angry, but you need to record them. Remember, be attentive and respectful. Opening of a call, use a good morning. During a call, use his name. Try to say, yes sir, I am here to help you. Whatever the grievances may be, we are there. Remember that. So be respectful. Beginning of the call, ending of the call, in between of the call, you should remain the same person that you were when you picked the telephone up. Greet the customer and identify your company and yourself. It's very, very, very important because today, whichever customer calls up, he should understand that he's reached the right person, he's getting attention to what has been said, and he's reached your company. There should not be a person that should answer the phone and say that, thank you for calling, how can I help you? No, that's not the way it should be. Alright? Going into further tips of telephone etiquette, in the course of the conversation, focus your attention on the customer. This could be a point where, focusing your attention to say that, you paying attention to what is his problem, how you could solve the issue, and what you could do for him at that point of time. And enunciate, articulate clearly, speak distinctly. That is very much important. Each and every word that you use on the telephone should be understood by the other person on the other end. You should understand your language, you should understand the words, and you should be in a position to be confident that you are helping him. Use simple English, avoid slang and acronyms. Why? Slang, it's not for us. It's for a person who has no use of the word English. Please use the normal English that has been understood world over. Be yourself. It's always good to be yourself. Use action-specific words and directions. Remember, whenever you call a person, especially in the field that you are a technical IT recruiter who is helping another person get a new job. So in case if the candidate has no clue of reaching the direction of the new office that you have to go, use action-specific words. Say, please go right, take your second left, to the north, you will find a big building, and that's your location. So use action-specific words that will help him to reach his destination, and he will feel more comfortable with what you're trying to tell him. Use the customer's name during the conversation. Very, very important. Why? It builds a personal rapport with the customer. It tells the customer that you are really paid attention to his word, it's really paid attention to his name, and he's also got a lot of respect because you are created that impression in his mind. Always speak calmly and choose your words naturally. Very, very important. When you speak calmly, when you speak in the right senses, it makes a person understand that you are not getting over-irritated than what he is. So if anybody tends to shout at you, yell at you, or use language that is not appropriate, you still remain calm. You still use your words naturally. It will cool the person down and bring him back to his thought view that you are a proper professional individual.